Hi everyone, my name's Neil, welcome to Recto for You. On today's episode I'm going to be working on a couple of upgrades for my own Acorn Archimedes. Now we're going to be building a mouse adapter from truemouse.com. This will allow me to use a USB optical mouse on the actual Acorn. And also we're going to be fitting a compact flash card inside the machine. So without further ado, let's crack on. Now this here is my own A3020. I've actually restored this off camera over the past few weeks. I'll put some pictures up now of the damage I encountered while repairing this one, and if you'd like to see a video of me repairing one of those machines, then please check out the link below to the other video. Now, as you can see from the pictures, the battery damage in this machine was much worse than the other machine. But with some white vinegar, a toothbrush and some kynar wire, we managed to fix the damage and now this machine is fully working. So one of the problems I have is I don't have a mouse for this computer. Now, I did look online and I found this. £80 for an Acorn mouse is just madness in my eyes, and I just wouldn't pay that for a mouse for this machine. So anyhow, I went trailing the internet, looking around here, looking around there, and I eventually came across a website called truemouse.com. Now this guy, he sells USB adapters, which allows you to use a modern optical mouse on the Acorn Archimedes. Now all three buttons work, which you need for the OS, so the middle button acts as a middle click. So I thought, this is excellent. So I reached out to the guy, explained to him that I do these YouTube videos and thought I'd like to do a video on your adapter, but also I'd like to build one, so can you send me one in parts? Unfortunately, he agreed. Here's the parts for the build. Now there isn't many parts, it's just a board, a couple of connectors, an IC and a small capacitor for decoupling. But not only that, he sent me a truemouse.com mouse mat and also a Logitech white mouse that will match the Acorn, so a big thanks for that. So before we carry on the video, I just want to show you this website here, truemouse.com. Now this is where I found my adapter. Not only does he do Acorn adapters, he does Amiga adapters, Atari adapters. So be sure to pop along and just check this website out. It's worth a look, I guarantee it. So one of the other things we're going to be doing is installing a compact flash card instead of the old clattery ID hard drive. It seems to have failed anyway. Well, it spins up, but I can't get any data off it. So what we're going to be using is the SanDisk 512MB, which is plenty big enough for this machine, a compact flash adapter here, and another adapter here. I'll show you what these do later. Now these are very particular on what compact flash adapter you use, what card you use, and they're very picky machines. So I managed to do a bit of research and I found these work, and the link for these are down below. They don't cost that much and it's quite easy to do it yourself with the help of this video, hopefully. So without further ado, let's crack on with getting this adapter soldered up. First up, let's build the USB adapter. Thanks to truemouse.com, I've got everything I need to make this happen. The board has some small S&D components, so I'll be using solder paste and the heat plate to ensure everything is soldered correctly. Now while the heat plate is warming up, we're just going to apply the solder paste onto these pads. You notice it doesn't use every leg. Now it's just the design of the chip, it doesn't use all the legs, so he's just got tracks and pads on the legs he needs. So we'll just wait and watch for the magic to happen. As you know, this is my favourite part anyway. You can see there, it has all soldered on, the capacitor's soldered well. There's a bridge down here we need to sort out, and there's a couple of pins here which are just re-soldered with a hand solder, but other than that, it's gone okay. As you can see, that's all soldered up very nice now. I've just touched up these ones that didn't seem to solder, and I've cleaned it off with some IPA, and it all looks very nice. You can see that this thing isn't very big by the size of my tweezers here. So as you can tell, these capacitors etc. are very small. Now what we need to do next is to solder these two bits on here. So this is the connector for the Acorn, and this is the USB. So let's just crack on with that. So the next part we need is this adapter here. Now this should just push through here. Now I have to make sure I have this board the right way around, with the chip facing outwards here, and then this should, all being well, push into these holes here and hold itself quite secure, because it looks quite secure. So just like that, we push that in place, then we turn it around and we solder it on the underside. Now, I suggest when you do this, you use a small tip. Now, fortunately, my small tip seems to be not working well, because to get that big tip in between there was a bit of a pain, but I eventually did it because the pins are very, very close. But usually it doesn't sell these in parts anyway, so you can tell there now that is actually soldered well now, and all those pins are soldered in. Now, there's only one last thing to do, and that is the USB. So that now is the finished mouse adapter. Oh, looks good, eh? So now we're going to install the compact flash adapter. Now, as I said before, I did a lot of research on this to find one that actually worked. Now, this is one that works. It's called a HX2118P. Now we'll put a link down below. These are from AliExpress. I think they're a couple of quid each. And they have a jumper here for master or slave. So make sure that's set to master. Now you don't need these power adapters. They are there as optional extra, but it works without them. So the first thing we need to do is, you'll notice about these is they're actually a 3.5 inch adapter. So they won't actually just plug onto there, which is where this other adapter comes into place. Now these themselves are from Amiga kit, and they convert a 2.5 to 3.5. So with this plugged on the bottom, we can then plug in the lead like so, and then attach this in to the Acorn. Now this does work. Again, you don't need the power, so it all works good. You can see there, Amiga kit. So it's got quite a few Amiga bits in here as well, like the battery as well in the corner. So all we need to do on this is to assemble it. We got pin 1, and pin 1 is a red wire there. So we'll just mark that and push that into place like so. Now next, I said we have a key there, you can see, and a key here, and we just push that in on top just like so, and it all slots together to make one nice little package. And then last but not least is this compact flash card. Now this compact flash card I've already set up with an image. I set it up on the emulator Arculator. So if you'd like to see a video on that, let me know down in the comments below. But for now, I will put a copy of this image onto my Google Drive. So if you just want to download it and flash it using Win32 Imager, using the USB to compact flash adapter reader, or USB to ID works as well, and just flash that, plug it into your Archie, and it should work and give you some games, etc. to try. So we're just going to plug that in. That was the wrong way then. Let's get it right, Neil. Just like so, slot that into place. And then next all we got to do is install it in the Archimedes. So before I install this, what I'm going to do first is just put some tape along the top. Now I should be using insulation tape, but unfortunately I haven't got any, or rather I can't find it. So for now this will do, and I'm going to leave the covering on so that will protect it. Now underneath, I'm going to add onto the compact flash card just a little piece of this Velcro here, so we can actually Velcro it into place. So we're just going to put a piece on the card there, just like so, and then we'll cut another piece of the other side here. So that should, we can just attach that to there. And hopefully, yeah, we can just Velcro that into place like so. Now I folded the cable, as you can tell, and we'll just undo this Velcro. We'll just insert the cable, making sure pin 1 is towards the back of the computer, and just push that in nicely, and then we'll just Velcro that in at an angle just like so. Now that is held into place now, and should be good and out of the way of everything else. It is a bit of a tight fit. It does need a 3D bracket design in. I will probably get round to that one day and sort that out. But for now, I just want to show you this installing and working. So I'm just going to get that back together, and we'll boot the Acorn up and see if it works. Let's hope it does, guys. So I've got it all connected up. I've got the mouse attached. I've got the OSCC connected up to it, so we should be able to convert the signal, because I know these won't work on modern LCDs when you try to run the game or software, etc., because it turns into a 15 kilohertz, I think, which is out of range. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, drop me a comment down below. I presume that's what it was anyway. So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn this on and turn on the grabbing software overlay, and hopefully it should work. Fingers crossed. I've heard the disc boot up. We've got a red light on here. I don't know if you can see it, just about. And look at that, I can move the mouse. So it does work. This is something we never had before as a mouse. And also here we have the hard disk number 4. So I'm just going to switch this to full screen so we can see more of it. So we're now on full screen now. You can see here it all seems to be working okay. Now if we go to my hard disk here, you can see here we have used 216 megabytes and we have free 272 megabytes. So it's about half full. Like I said, there's quite a bit of stuff on this as well. So we open the hard disk. And I have here games and utilities. So we'll go into games. Now I have connected the sound. Whether it works or not is a different matter because I can only find a mono lead and really needed a stereo. So we may get some sound, but it may be one channel, so apologies for that. Now we have a few games here we could try. We've got Elite, Burnout, but the one I'm going to try is something from a mouse. Let me try the middle button. Yeah, the middle button is working, which opens the middle menu, so that is good. And now we're going to try Lemmings, because Lemmings is a classic, isn't it? You can tell here we've got a lovely icon there. In a way, this OS is nicer than the Amiga, I'd say. So, there you go, it's loading up. Chrysalis software, which seems to do a lot for the Acorn. Right, okay, so I'm just going to click start and just play one level. You can see, graphics wise, it's very similar to the Amiga. And I think I did hear some sound then, so we're just going to... do my bidding, Lemmings. So as you can see, this mouse is working absolutely brilliant, and having the optical mouse as well is another bonus. Just going to get the mouse back now, so big thanks to True Mouse for that. We're not going to play another level, or should we? Yeah, sorry, I'll just play one more level, then we'll try one more game before we end the video. So this was the floaters one, so we have to make sure that we click. Now, like I say, you probably only got one channel sound working, unfortunately. But the sound on these machines are very comparable to the Amiga. In fact, the whole machine is comparable to the Amiga. It's a shame it never did as well, because it's a lovely machine. I'm really enjoying using this machine. So this is a 4 meg machine. It's got the 4 meg upgrade, which is absolutely brilliant. So before we go, I'm just going to try one more game, which again is another mouse game. Now, with this being an A3020, I haven't actually got joystick ports because it wasn't incorporated into these machines. It was incorporated into the A3010, which is more for home use. So this was obviously used for schools and universities, etc. So it didn't have joystick ports. So a future project is to build some joystick ports which plug into the parallel ports. So that will be coming up in a future video. Because who doesn't like to play games? But at least I can play the mouse games now. So one more I wanted to try that I knew came out in this was, I've got quite a lot of games here, was Chaos Engine, no, Cannon Fodder here. So we're going to run this. Again, very comparable to the Amiga version. So let's just give it a go. Much better than the Atari ST version, I must admit. Well, again, we'll just play one level. It's nice and quick in it, or a couple of levels. So you can tell the compact flash is actually performing very well. Not really noticing any slowdowns or anything. It's performing fine. There you go. First level done. Nice and easy. So we'll just grab on and do the next level as well. Briefing. Kill all enemy. What a great briefing that is. I presume recently this some used to come across the river. Now that is running really nice. I could actually believe I'm playing this on an Amiga, believe it or not. Because that is the only system we can compare this to. That's got similar games. I never actually knew these games came out on the Archimedes, so it's surprising that the amount of games that did actually get converted. It's so much easier with this optical mouse. There you go, nice and easy. So I'm going to leave it for now, and I shall see you in the outro. See you soon, guys. Hello, thanks for watching. Now the Archimedes has a working optical mouse and an installed compact flash card with games on, it's even better than before, so look forward to some more videos on this machine over the coming months. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done already, it helps the channel immensely, and also comment down below even if it's hello. There's links down below to YouTube Repairers Discord where you can meet the likes of Captain Commodore, myself, 8-Bit Recto Refix, Joseph, and a load of other YouTubers. So please check that link out down below, and also check out my friends' YouTube channels. Now again, a big thanks to True Mouse for making it possible to use this mouse, because without him I wouldn't have been in this situation having a working mouse. And I've had to save up £80 for a replacement mouse, which I didn't want to play, and it's also a ball mouse as well, so it's nowhere near as good as an optical mouse. So on that note, big thanks to everybody, and big thanks to my one and only subscriber on the members. You know who you are, and I shall see you again next time on Recto for You. See you soon, guys. Bye.